Good morning, everybody. It's Jess. I am here at the beautiful Coffee Creek Watershed Preserve. I got up early. I just really felt inspired to get out, see the sunrise, just like be in the energy of the new day, not worry about anything. It's just like come out, go for an early hike, be in nature, and oh my goodness, it is a beautiful morning. Like, so beautiful. It's cold, you could probably tell because my breath is going here. But wow, like getting here, all of the frost was on the trees and the light was shining through it, and it looked like just a carpet of glitter on the ground. And it's just the kind of thing you cannot capture in a photograph, like truly. But I tried and I took some pictures and I'm excited to share them later. But yeah, I have my tea, help keep me warm, and I decided to, for the very first time, experiment with doing a video for Open Journal this week. I started a Sunday journal series close to a month ago, and the whole idea was allowing myself to take a morning to really just engage my soul, think about what's been happening, where I'm at, and in a very honest, open voice, share those things. Is journaling has become such an instrumental, transformative, incredible part of my life in the last year, especially. So it's a way to kind of keep me in the energy of doing that. And especially when things open back up gradually and we're able to go other places and really travel abroad again, this would be an excellent way to bring that experience in a fuller dimension to everybody. Because like, I love writing long form blogs, I love reading them, doing photo galleries, but I totally understand that that's not for everybody. Some people really prefer different kinds of media, and this is a really good opportunity to figure out how to express myself and do this travel blog through the different media that are available, which is like overwhelming, all the different ways that you can do this. It's really kind of encouraging and very cool. Yeah, so, and really quick, one thing I'm excited about doing in the coming week is I am going to be recording all of my written blog material, and so there will be a little audio bar at the top of every blog I've written so far and from this point on. So you'll be able to just like click the button and listen if reading through the whole thing isn't your thing or you just don't have time. Totally cool. And you could just scroll down, check out the photos, and listen if that's more your style. So yeah, it's kind of funny because as I'm speaking to you all, one of the best things about Coffee Creek is there's an abundant community of deer that hang out here, and the deer are on the trails, they're like in the meadows along the rivers here, and they'll come pretty close to you because they're used to seeing people walking around with their dogs and whatnot. But there's a boardwalk close by, and I keep hearing their hoofs step on and off the boardwalk because they're probably watching me, wondering what the heck I'm doing. It's like I'm here by myself. I appear to be talking at a wall because I have my phone balanced on this little rock, and it's kind of hilarious. I think they're very perplexed, but it's all good. They're good neighbors, you know. So they're gonna go do their thing, and this might be the talk of the day for them. Who knows? But yeah, so this really kind of speaks to the act of trying to find magic in the everyday, especially in a time when we've all been home and we've all been so close to like the center and the same place that we circulate. It can be challenging to feel like you have any level of kind of stimulation mentally, a sense of newness or excitement. You have to kind of create that. And for me, that has definitely been coming through in the things I've researched and write about, and in the art I'm originating and creating. There's a lot of projects coming up, and one of which is a pretty big one, similar to what I used to do. I'm going to be doing a mural, and I will keep that under wraps and share that in its own thing, but that'll be towards the end of the month. And it had me reflecting on the kind of work I was doing before this pandemic hit and everything happened, and really reflecting on the things that I want to keep at the center of my life as life changes as it always does, and we transition into the next part of this year. I have thoroughly loved the ability to be home and originate things and work on things that are personal projects that I have dreamt of for so many years. And I want that to remain the center of everything I'm doing. And then let other things kind of happen in the peripheral. Morning. There's another hiker. Yeah, so in thinking that, it had me kind of looking back at my journals and reflecting on all of the things that I've learned in this year, where things have sort of paused and I've had time to think about them. Even in times of extraordinary happiness, there is a kind of depression that can surface. It's like things may be going really well for me, but there is this enveloping sense of darkness and fear and loss and grief, and it's really brought into perspective, just the idea of mortality and the ephemeral nature of life and how incredibly valuable our time is. So I've come out of this period with a true want to honor my time and do the best I can through it. And what that's led me to gravitate towards is working on creating books and originating all of the art that I've been carrying within me for a long time. So this blog has kind of been a way for me to both bring you with the adventure side of me and the want to get outside, be in the world, see new things, and draw from all of that inspiration and generate beautiful original art that expresses the experience of it. So that's ultimately what has come through and what I want to keep at the center and beating heart of my time. I've started a really beautiful business where I'm learning a lot of things with just like my incredible friends and starting this partnership. I've been learning a lot about crystals and minerals and rocks, and just like, so many things have kind of been coming to me that are new. So that's how I've sort of found the magic in the everyday and the excitement, is making time to be in nature, learn new things, allow myself to be curious and follow that. This week specifically, I was researching, so really quick, March is like one of my favorite months. A big part of my family is originally from Ireland, and so especially the middle of March has always been a special time for us, because my youngest brother was born on March 18th, the day after St. Patrick's Day. So we would always kind of have a big Ireland week. We would make like shamrock pancakes, go search for leprechauns, read about heritage, tell ghost stories, hear stories about my grandmother and when they came over. And it was just like a really beautiful way to connect to that heritage and that culture and source of, where we're all from. So in researching that this week, I discovered some awesome new artists, poets, authors, like great minds that have really left a legacy in the cultural fabric of such a beautiful country. And one of the people I learned about, I was shocked I'd never heard of him, and a little upset by that actually. It was this phenomenal writer, artist, poet, mentor named George William Russell. And he went by the pseudonym A.E., which he derived from the word aeon, and that's the Gnostic term for the first beings of creation. That's what it describes. So it was this idea of, in his sacred identity as an artist and creator, he wanted to combine the mortal and the immortal, the seen and the unseen, and really let his own singular being encompass that in the work he was creating. And to express that, he was deriving a lot of inspiration from the landscapes of Ireland and painting supernatural elements into it. So it's that idea of the seen and the unseen world kind of combining into one, and the inner sense and the outer vision. And in reading about that, and also the fact that he was such an incredible mentor and facilitator of other artists, that was really inspiring to read about a person that had left a legacy of not only creating incredible work, but inspiring and guiding other people. And that was just amazing. So that, I wrote about his poem, A Call of the Sheep, and that is on my books and coffee section of the blog if you want to check it out. But yeah, George William Russell, AE, awesome stuff. If you're interested in the Irish literary revival, sometimes called the Irish Renaissance, that amazing period at the turn of the 19th century into the 20th century, when so many concepts about the subconscious and conscious mind and the supernatural, all of these things were kind of just becoming a presence in the collective conversation and the consciousness of society. So it's a cool time to read about if you are looking for something to just kind of ignite your imagination a bit. But yeah, it does like get you reflecting on the things we give and the things we leave behind, and it puts into perspective what really matters, you know, to us. And in a way, it gives us an even more open door to give our own selves permission to pursue that, to pursue our happiness, to pursue the things that we want to create. And in eliminating all of this excess stuff and releasing old patterns or like things that we're told we have to do, we have to think, we have to take care of, when you break that wheel a little bit and you just lighten up on yourself and allow yourself to just express and be open to what you really want to do, it takes time, and it's a process that can almost feel like grief, because in saying yes to new things, you're saying no to old things. But that transition is so important, and I think I've been reflecting on that because this time in the year is such an interesting time of transition. It's like the concept of renewal, rebirth, new growth. So especially because this year is a little bit murky and there's no way to really predict what's going to happen. I mean, there's never a way to predict anyway, but especially right now, you have to kind of let yourself direct that from within, I think. And you don't need validation or approval from anybody. You don't have to worry about whether you're good at a thing. Just find something that really engages your soul, like that engages something you genuinely care about, that you're interested in. Allow yourself to read about it, to be affected by it without judgment, because that seed is where everything we do that really fulfills us is born from. I mean, with this company I'm starting, with Jesse and the Grumpy Gnome, it's all about the idea that travel begins in the imagination, and that formative place. Like, we fully imagine ourselves into a place and into an experience before a single thing is planned, and that is what motivates us to do it, you know, to really do it. And when you're operating from that place, literally anything becomes possible. It takes time, it takes perseverance, and you may discover that you fall in and out of love with things as you are on that journey, but it will reveal things that will just open the doors of life and really help you find that sense of the magic in the everyday and the appreciation and love for, you know, just simplicity, honoring your time, finding what matters to you, you know. So these are all my thoughts this week, just about things I'm researching, people I'm learning about, just honoring the fact that being in nature has always been such a gift to my own soul, which is why I'm so happy that my first video journal is here, you know, like not that far from my own backyard, in a beautiful, quiet place with, you know, deer watching me. They're still over there. They're all like, what's going on? Yeah. But yeah, like as things open up, as the year kind of like transitions, however it's going to, just like be your own compass, man. Like, just like let yourself express the things that matter to you. You can share them, you cannot share them. No pressure at all. Like, that's important. You don't have to pressure yourself to be perfect or compete or any of that. Like, I want to see people allow themselves the freedom to really be authentic in their own lives. And I think in doing that, there will be a global shift that will be a very positive thing coming out of the situation we've been in. So that's the energy I'm going to stay in. That's what helps me overcome my own like bouts of depression and uncertainty, and I definitely have them. I really do. But that's how I'm able to release it and bring myself back to a good headspace. It's all the mindset stuff. But yeah, just want to wish you guys all a beautiful week. Thanks for stopping by to this open journal video version. Man, I look forward to things opening up enough to where I can actually go on hikes with some of you and share this, because this is gorgeous. And yeah, just have a beautiful Sunday, have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, bye.